Yo, what's good, chat? Man, oh man, oh man. It's about that time, man. Y'all can hear me? Everything sounds straight? Let me know real quick before we get started with all the news and shit. We got a lot of stuff to go over. We got 1 minute, chat. 1 minute. Let me know if everything's sounding cool. Y'all can hear the music. We got gameplay dropping in 1 minute. Yeah. What up, Rio? What's good, my boy? All right, chat. We probably got like 10 seconds, man. 10 seconds. All right, it's 10 right now, bro. All the videos are dropping right now. Cut the damn beat. All right, man. Which one? What are we watching first, chat? Bash Plug? No, he's live. We got Uncle Demi's video. What y'all want to watch first, chat? Where's Joe Knows video at? Cause his is like very in depth. Embargo lifted just now. Here we go, y'all. NBA 2K24 complete gameplay breakdown. Let's get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have all been waiting for. Well, we're really waiting for September 1st, because that's when we can talk about the builder, and that's what probably everyone on this channel cares about. But at least we can talk about gameplay and some badge stuff, and it could kind of link to the builder, and y'all are gonna see. But we got a ton of stuff to go over in this video. NBA 2K24 real gameplay. We're gonna be going over everything from new adrenaline to ankle breakers and dribbling, defense, new power badges, strength, everything that everybody's been debating on Twitter, dunk meter, layup meter, the new throw out dribble animations, the mid-range and post-game, 3-point hunting, and the new settings available on NBA 2K24. I'm not messing around. Drop a like on this video. 25,000 likes.
We got a lot
on this
to
video,
go
man.
over,
Let's
chat.
start 2K24
Make sure y'all hit that sub button, man. Follow. We got tons of content. Let's go.
off with a bang. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was in that community today. Everybody was over there socializing and doing all this stuff, and I was locked in for y'all. I was locked in. I got 10 videos lined up for y'all over the course of the next few days. I'm gonna put them on the screen right now. You're gonna see we're covering every single type of build, along with a full builder breakdown. And then we have, of course, this video right here, NBA 2K24 gameplay, man. A ton of stuff for y'all. If you're not subscribed, make sure you sub up. Turn on the noties, because we got 10 videos rolling out over the course of the next few days. Let's get into this NBA 2K24 gameplay. All right, let's talk about the new adrenaline system, all right? So as you can see, I'm spamming size ups and escapes and behind the backs and all this stuff. I don't lose any adrenaline until I drive and the body contact gets initiated with the defender, right? But it's not as simple as that. There's a lot more to it, okay? So now, check this out. Explosive behind the back, momentum's not losing.
Okay, hold on, chat. Let me go back so we can look at that
behind
again.
the backs and all this stuff. I don't lose any adrenaline until I drive and
Right there.
and the body contact gets initiated with the defender, right? But it's not as simple as that. There's a lot more to it, okay? So now, check this out. Explosive behind the back, momentum's not losing adrenaline on any of that stuff, okay? So 23 dribbling system is way different in terms of when you lose adrenaline. But as you can see here, I drive with Kobe, I lose an adrenaline right there, right? I lost that second bar of adrenaline when I drove into the defender. But now check it out. I do the same drive from the other side. Look it, I don't lose any adrenaline. Why is that? Bulldozer on silver pops up.
Yo,
So
appreciate you
these
for that
strength
follow
and
over on
power
Twitch.
badges not only help you get, like, watch. See that little stiff arm animation to throw the defender, right? Throw the defender to the side. I also keep my adrenaline on this play, and I'm assuming it's because of that animation. It's almost like if you win that physical matchup with your opponent, not only do you obviously get into a better position on the court to potentially score or create points, but it looks like here sometimes you'll even save your adrenaline bars, okay? Something to note. But let's take a different look at this, right? So not only that bulldozer badge, there's also a badge that Kobe has called physical handles, and I'm thinking maybe that ties into it as well, right? It's almost an identical drive from the left and the right, but on the right I get that stiff arm animation and I keep my adrenaline, okay? But let's look at this from another angle. Okay, this is a different play here. You see I have 2 adrenaline bars. I get the blow by animation, bulldozer pops up in the top right corner, but I still lost in adrenaline, right? Let me show y'all. Let me rewind it back, right? I started this play after this replay. I know it's a little... I wanted to do it in this format where I could just kind of freely talk to you guys and give it more of like a person-to-person explanation, because I could go into more detail for y'all, so that when you do end up creating your builds, take this stuff into account, deciding what you want to do, okay? But
Hey man, real quick, pause the video before we keep going. Speaking of builds, if y'all need help making a build, man, I just dropped my ultimate guide build video yesterday. Go check that out. It's on YouTube. If you're on Kick and Twitch, it's on my YouTube. You can hit ! YouTube and the bottle get you right. But I made my build video. It's a lot of good information in there, a lot of detailed information that y'all will want to know, so y'all don't mess up y'all builds, man. And I said strength is going to be important. I called it. I said strength is going to be important this year. I said bulldozer. I said bully, aka bulldozer, was going to make a return, and bulldozer is bully 2.0. So make sure y'all go check that out. I'm sure the bots is spamming my latest video, but y'all is going to want to watch that so y'all make a good build.
as I was saying, I have 2 adrenaline bars, right? Bulldozer pops up just like on the last play I showed you, but I still lost. Look, I'm going up, and I only got 1 adrenaline now. So even though Bulldozer pops up, you see over here in the top right corner, apparently Bulldozer activated, but I still lost an adrenaline. So I'm not exactly sure what constitutes as like losing adrenaline and not in terms of these physical badges, but obviously you guys saw in the last one I didn't lose it. This one I did lose it, so I'm not positive, but that's just something I noticed in terms of trying to figure out how everything works. All right, just looking into Kobe's badges here, I mean, he has a ton of badges, right? He has a ton of things that are going to help him in terms of keeping those adrenaline, winning those physical matchups, right? I don't know if you guys saw, he has Big Driver on gold, right? You guys probably saw these in the courtside report. He has Blow By on gold. We already saw he has Bulldozer on silver, Physical Handles on gold. So maybe some of these other badges are things that come into play in terms of whether you keep or lose that adrenaline as you drive into your opponent, okay? Also, obviously, getting those animations to try to animations that we would consider clamp breaker animations, as they told us, are split into these badges. And as you can see, these badges are tied into strength. So that is a big thing we're going to talk about in a little bit, is like, in order to unlock those badges, you need strength, but does strength actually come into play in terms of the actual gameplay? Like, that's something we fell for last year with the bully badge. We're going to talk more about that when we talk about the new power badges, but I just wanted to show you right here the stuff that Kobe has and how it's affecting the gameplay you're watching. All right, let's look at a couple more plays here in terms of adrenaline loss. So it's not just when you're getting bumped. Like, look, I'm fighting for this like crab dribble here against Devin Booker, and I kept 3 adrenaline bars the entire time, right? Like, he's bumping me here, he's bumping me, I'm like getting some bump here, trying to get a crab on him in the mid-range, I'm getting like a low crab dribble, snatchback, I still have 3 adrenaline bars the whole time. So it's not like any physical contact makes you lose adrenaline, okay? So it is very situational, and it seems like it's mainly when you are driving into that opponent and your body, and like there's a not just a body up, but like a I guess a full speed body up where like 2 forces are colliding. That's really when I noticed you lose adrenaline the most. Okay, that's basically the new adrenaline system. You can run left, you can run right, you can spam combo dribble moves, you can do anything you want. And from everything I saw, you don't lose adrenaline unless there's that full speed meet up of body up contact. All right, y'all, let's talk dribbling and ankle breakers. All right, I know it's a big topic.
He said, let me go back a little bit, because he just said you can run left, you can run right. So let's just hope that like the left right cheese is not back.
I guess a full speed body up where like 2 forces are colliding. That's really when I noticed you lose adrenaline the most. Okay, that's basically the new adrenaline system. You can run left, you can run right, you can spam combo dribble moves, you can do anything you want. And from everything I saw, you don't lose adrenaline unless there's that full speed meet up of body up contact.
Okay.
All right, y'all, let's talk dribbling and ankle breakers. All right, I know it's a big topic. Last year, ankle breakers were really rare. Essentially, you know, you had to have like Space Creator.
Yeah,
take
ankle
over,
breakers
Shot
was
Creator, take over and do
not
hop
there
steps. But
last
as you
year.
can see right here, I mess up the dribble move and I just snap Lonzo to the ground with Curry, right? So ankle breakers are definitely back. I didn't like get a ton of them. Like obviously I'm showing you the same clip over and over again, but definitely like this is, you know, I'm putting him on the ground with a simple snatchback, and he has gold. You see in the top right corner, Curry has gold ankle breakers. So ankle breakers are definitely back. Obviously, we're going to have to find the moves that trigger them the most consistently. I'm sure playmaking boosts obviously are going to help like they always do. The level of ankle breaker that you have, maybe some of the other dribbling badges, maybe amplify or, you know, increase the percentage of how often you'll get them. We'll have to wait and see, but they're definitely back, as you can see right here. Now, in terms of dribbling in and of itself, dribbling felt very different. I will say that. The gameplay overall felt a little slower. Maybe it's just because we haven't figured it out, but there's definitely still some explosive launches you can get. Comboing up feels really smooth and nice. Like, as you can see, like, that's like a, let me rewind that back for you guys. Like, I know it's nothing like crazy, but I was just testing kind of the smoothness of it right here with Kyrie. You see a little momentum behind the back from Ja Morant right there. Decent, maybe momentum behind the backs are back. That's something I know people miss from like 2K19 days. The, you know, being able to momentum behind the back, spin back, momentum behind the back, all that stuff. We'll have to wait and see, but they're definitely back, as you can see right here. Now, in terms of dribbling in and of itself, dribbling felt very different. I will say that. The gameplay overall felt a little slower. Maybe it's just because we haven't figured it out, but there's definitely still some explosive launches you can get. Comboing up feels really smooth and nice. Like, as you can see, like, that's like a, let me rewind that back for you guys. Like, I know it's nothing like crazy, but I was just testing kind of the smoothness of it right here with Kyrie. You see a little momentum behind the back from Ja Morant right there. Decent, maybe momentum behind the backs are back. That's something I know people miss from like 2K19 days. The, you know, being able to momentum behind the back, spin back, momentum behind the back, all that stuff. It looked decent right there, and that's Ja Morant SIGs. Maybe there's better SIGs that'll get an even bigger launch forward, so we'll see. But this is what I want to talk about. Comboing here, like with Kyrie, it looks really smooth and nice, and honestly, like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just spamming stuff trying to figure it out. But even like that quick launch right there from KD is something that, like, that's a nice little crossover launch. And then even comboing with KD feels way different than comboing with Curry. I mean, than Kyrie. Comboing with KD feels different than comboing with Kyrie. And I think part of that is the pro play. Like, it did feel very similar. Now, in terms of I said similar. It felt very different, but it felt similar to how they move in real life. It really did. Like, you see Kyrie's got his little, you know, head fakes and all that, and KD's is more lanky and drawn out animations, and they feel very smooth. But what I was going to say, how it plays into the park and actually being effective in terms of beating a human being, we'll have to wait and see. Because obviously, take all this gameplay with a grain of salt. I'm playing against the computer. To shake the computer is completely different than to shake a human being, right? But there's definitely some good animations in terms of like that little slide behind the back. I'm going to replay it in a second. But it, like, you see how Kyrie's moving. It's nice. But that, like, slide behind the back, it's almost like not an ankle breaker. But if I continued running off of that, right here, like, I feel like right here I could probably, I know it's Kyrie, so I'm not going to take off and dunk. Maybe
that's a great change of direction right there on that one.
Them right here and go take off and throw it down. But even with Kyrie, I feel like if I took one more dribble into here, maybe start to use those new finishing badges like the Eurostep badge or the spin finisher, or I don't know the names of them, but if you, I think it's called two-step or something like that, spin cycle. If you read the courtside report, you saw the new finishing badges. Maybe I could use that in here and get a nice layup with Kyrie. So we'll have to wait and see kind of how it all plays out in terms of when it's, you know, online gameplay, human versus human. But there's definitely some good dribble animations, and it feels very different. For example, I was trying to do, like, you guys know, like the KD hop back everyone did in 23, the LeBron hop back everyone did in 23. That was a simple move, right? Right trigger, flick the right stick down, you do a big hop back. Not on this game. I was trying to do it. My dude was doing a cross back. He was doing all different. So even the dribble controls are different. So we're gonna have to get in the lab and figure some stuff out, because it's definitely a different feel to how the game moves. Okay, in terms of dribbling. But as you can see, you know, KD's got them long, lanky dribbles. You got Curry here. One little detail I'll point out right here that I think was cool is the way that the defender is crowding Curry, and you see Curry kind of like picking his head up like he's looking over the defender, like waiting for Draymond to come up and set the screen. It's just a small detail. I thought it was something cool that I noticed here, like peeking his head up to try to see over the defense. That's a cool little addition. But as you can see, Curry moves a lot different. Get the crab dribble and I missed because I suck. But Curry moves a lot different than Kyrie, and Ja moves different than Curry, and KD moves different than that. You know what I mean? So that is nice. It definitely looks different. Now, what I will say, obviously, I don't know how pro play is going to translate to the park, but hopefully we do see stuff like this where you play a guard one game and he moves different than another guard and another guard. Hopefully there's a bunch of different dribble moves that are all viable options, and it just comes down to preference as opposed to just one dribble move set becoming so much better than anything else that everyone ends up moving the same. Now, I know it's a video game. Video games usually have metas, especially in 2K. There's always meta dribble moves that majority of the community is going to use. But I think if we could get variety and effectiveness on the same level, that's going to be a beautiful thing to see people playing with different moves on and moving different, so it's, you know, it's not repetitive. All right, but we'll have to wait and see. The last thing I'll say is right here, Jimmy Butler, this is the computer. I'm defending the computer, and he kind of does, watch, skirt, he kind of hits the walk back. So walk back cheese might be back. I'm not really sure, but it did look pretty quick. And again, that is the computer hitting that walk back dribble. So there's definitely gonna be cheese, as a lot of people call it, right? There's gonna be stuff that 2K didn't mean to be effective that ends up being effective. It's a video game, it's just how it works. And if we got the computer hitting the walk back on us, Lord knows what the hell Steezo's gonna find out, right? So that's my dribbling recap. Let's move on to the next one. Let's talk defense, all right? It definitely felt better in terms of body ups. Like that first clip right there, check that out, right? I'm just bumping him, and it bumps him to the point where, this is Gary Payton II, so pretty good perimeter defender going against Gordon Hayward. Decent ball handler, not a great ball handler. And look it, I bump him so much, it makes him stumble and bobble the ball, and it's like a forced pickup. You see what I'm saying? Like it made him pick his dribble up just because I was bumping him. Now remember, this is me defending the computer, so take everything with a grain of salt, right? This is not a human versus human. This is the AI. But definitely felt different in terms of how you attached to the dribbler and bumped him and bodied up. Again, perimeter, I said perimeter. Even on the interior, it felt like you stayed between your man and the basket better if you were in position. Like this is Jamal Murray driving on Beasley. And you see, like, I'm in a decent spot. I play hands up defense. You guys know the AI is usually very good at just greening layups. Like, it's something that the AI has always done really well. Play hands up D, make a miss. We'll have to see, but that is a good sign in terms of paint defense. Again, it's playing against the computer. Take it with a grain of salt, but that is a nice example there of what I'm talking about. Again, bumping the dribbler here definitely feels different than it did in 23. Playing the guy's hip here.
What y'all think, chat? Y'all think paint defense is going to actually be good for 24? Or you think it's going to be about the same as it was in 23? Because a lot of people is excited right now, man. Especially with some of the new defensive badges. Just a lot. 2K put a lot of work, it seems like, in the defense for 2K24. So I'm definitely excited about it. Let me know what y'all think.
Bump, 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 and then I don't know if y'all can see down here. I don't know, bro.
Damn, 47% contested.
Sheesh. At the buzzer. So, yeah. Definitely feels different, but this
think it'll be better. Yeah, Rio. I think it'll be a lot better, bro. Like,
bump them up.
I'm ready, especially with some of these new badges, bro. I'm ready to test all this stuff out.
Like, I don't know. Okay. Anyways, again, just some paint defense, walling up, good stop, and that was Sasha Vujacic. Like, that's not, you know, that's not prime Dikembe Mutombo. That's Keith Van Horn. Keith Van Horn, right? I'm saying that. I think it was Keith Van Horn. Going up against Sasha Vujacic, who was a guard. I know you guys probably don't remember Sasha Vujacic. But I get between him and the hoop, wall up, play hands up defense, and I get the stop. So That is a good sign. Now, in terms of bumps, not only on the perimeter, but in the paint, check this out. Right, I bumped Jason Terry. This is Kobe, obviously an elite defender. This is prime 2006 Kobe Bryant. Okay, I bump the drive, play hands up D, and look at, he pump fakes, and then I just basically, as he goes to pass, I think he just throws it into me. But my point is, I'm able to wall him up off of the drive. Right, doesn't get a blow by or anything like that. Fast feet pops up. This is a new perimeter badge that helps you slide your feet laterally more quickly, right? Find my feet, get between, wall up, and end up getting the stop, right? So that's good. In terms of the plucks, as you can see, Kobe has gold glove.
I was just gonna say good plug.
He pump fakes, and then I just basically, as he goes to pass, I think he just throws it into me. But my point is, I'm able to wall him up off of the drive, right? Doesn't get a blow by or anything like that. Fast feet pops up. This is a new perimeter badge that helps you slide your feet laterally more quickly, right? Find my feet, get between, wall up, and end up getting the stop, right? So that's good. In terms of the plucks, as you can see, Kobe has gold glove. I went into the ratings to look. He had a 95 steal and gold glove. Again, take it with a grain of salt. I'm playing against the AI. But all you lockdowns out there, I'm not going to lie. Between glove and that right stick ripper, which rewards you for flicking the right stick in the right direction. It gives you a boost to your steal. I think you guys are going to enjoy, especially the beginning of the game when people don't know how to dribble and they don't know the meta moves and all that. You guys are going to love, like, I was tearing it off them. I was tearing it off them. Okay, so you guys are definitely going to like it. Small detail as well. Some of you guys might care, some of you guys might not right here. Kobe doing that little, Mamba thing where, sticking the chin out, doing that thing that he used to do. So that's a nice detail they added. It looks really, really good. But tearing it off people with that gold glove, I can only imagine 99 steal and Hall of Fame glove and all that stuff. We'll have to wait and see. As you can see, a badge right there popped up at one.
Bruh, so the Plux is looking good from what Kobe is doing, but Joe Knows is saying that the steal is gonna look good, and can't wait to see 99 and all that. But hopefully it's not like 23, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of builds is gonna be making a lot of locks is gonna be having good steal, and I hope they don't patch that shit, man. He said I'll be damned if I don't put 95 steal on my first build. Bro, you got to, like, either 95 or 99 if the attribute requirements is still the same. But, like, I don't know, man. It's gonna be, a lot of people's gonna be pissed if they end up changing the shit in the patch and fucking nerfing steals again. So hopefully they don't do that. Like, I don't know, because like 23, like after they nerfed the steals, bro, it's just like it was pointless to even have that build. Like the 95 steals did not do anything after that. Now I don't know if it should have been as OP as it was in the beginning, but like, it definitely did not work for real like that after they nerfed it. So we'll see.
One of the new badges right here, 94 feet. As you read in the courtside report, right? That's a badge that helps you press people 94 feet. Okay.
Yeah, that 99 is going to take a bunch of attribute points away from you.
Which ones end up being the best and really help. But again, I'm playing against the computer and I'm tearing it off them. Now, I didn't go into the settings to show you, but I think when I was playing those Mamba moments, I think I was playing on Superstar. I wasn't on Hall of Fame. I was on Superstar. So, I mean, it's not like I'm playing on Rookie, but I'm tearing it off. I'm on Superstar, so we'll have to see. But as you can see, I'm just scrolling through Kobe's badges here. He has 59 badges, a ton of them gold and Hall of Fame, right?
And then, like you said, he wasn't on like no Hall of Fame difficulty. When we go out into the park, it's gonna be on Hall of Fame difficulty. So it will be could be more difficult. It's definitely gonna be more difficult to get steals than what's happening in this gameplay. But it's also gonna be slightly different with that new steal badge that rewards, if you use the stick to get your steals. So I'm definitely interested in seeing how that's gonna work.
Okay, so I was just scrolling through. You see gold clamps. We're talking about defensive badges, right? Gold glove, gold interceptor. Like he's obviously a very good defender in his prime. Off ball pest on gold, and then some of those new ones I was telling you. not new, but pick dodger. But
Do y'all think off-ball pest is gonna be worth using this year with the new body up animations and really being able to get physical on defense? Do y'all think off-ball pest is gonna be more worth it this year? Oh yeah, you got to take them to Glove World. You already know we taking them cookies in the All Black Forces.
then also the new badge, 94 feet, that we were pointing out in the game. There's a ton of defense. That one right there, that one we were talking about as well. The right stick ripper lockdowns. I really think you guys are gonna really take advantage of that. Not necessarily abuse it, but yeah, maybe y'all are gonna abuse it. I think this badge right here could be really, really underrated, and increases the chances of getting stealing the ball from the dribbler or intercepting passes when using the right analog stick. So instead of just spamming X, you got to flick directional and it will give you a boost. So I think, you get that on Hall of Fame with Hall of Fame glove, 99 steal. People don't know how to dribble in the first couple weeks of the game. They don't
See, he's talking about exactly what I was just talking about.
know meta dribble moves. They don't have unpluckable up. Some of these lockdowns are going to be going crazy in the beginning of the game. And I challenge you, don't complain about it until we actually figure the game out, right? Even like shooting and all this other stuff, don't complain about it until we figure the game out. Otherwise, you guys are going to influence them to start to patch stuff, and that stuff that gets patched causes other problems. And it might not even be a problem. It might just be the dude you're playing against has Hall of Fame right stick ripper and Hall of Fame glove, and you're out there with bronze unpluckable, and you wonder why he ripped you 3 times in a park game. Get your badges, figure out dribble moves, figure out how to play the game, and then if anything is super broken, we can.
Exactly what he's saying, man. Hey, that Hall of Fame right stick ripper and that Hall of Fame glove might go crazy. That might go crazy with interceptor. Like, you have to, like, that shit is probably gonna eat up a bunch of attribute points. So you'd have to make a straight up lock. Like, I think I'm trying to make a 3-and-D type of build for 24, but I'm gonna see once I get in the builder. But that might go crazy.
Request them to make changes, but in the first week of the game, just because you're missing open shots, don't be complaining for patches when you have no badges and you have the worst jump shot base in the game on and you just don't know it yet. All right, so that's defense. Let's keep it moving. All right, let's talk about the new power driving badges and animations and all that type of stuff. All right, so you're gonna see there's still blow by animations in the game, and this badge up here, blow by, is a badge that, okay, so I want to make sure I don't say the wrong stuff because I'm not allowed to talk about the builder, but a lot of this information has been released on Twitter. So blow by paired with the badge speed booster, which is basically quick first step, neither of those badges tied to strength. So small guards can get those badges at very high levels, and that's gonna be how they slide past and blow past defenders. But for the bigger ball handlers, right, like Giannis has blow by on silver. Somebody like a prime Russell Westbrook is gonna have that thing on gold or Hall of Fame. But the badges that Giannis has, like gold and Hall of Fame, are badges like bulldozer and big driver and physical handles and those types of badges. Okay, now those are the badges that I feel like the bigger ISO builds are going to use to get past defenders on the perimeter, because they're not going to be able to get speed booster at Hall of Fame levels, right? Because they don't have the necessary attributes to unlock that badge at that high of a level. But let's talk about in the past, right? There's been this big debate about strength. Is it finally going to matter? Because it's never mattered on ball handlers in the past. Now, I say ball handlers, right? Because for centers and defending the post and holding box outs.
And strength should definitely matter, bro. Like 23, they hyped it up so much with the new bully badge. I made me my Jason Tatum build video. If you want to, you could check it out on my channel. But I made that video. That build could get gold bully. And, most people sacrificing strength in 23. That's what most people are doing. So I'm not even getting like, strength type animations that I know I should be getting because I have more strength and I'm not pushing people out the way. I'm not doing any of that. And I'm checking builds. I'm checking people's builds after games to see what their strength is. And they have very low strength, very little to none at all. And I'm not pushing people out my way. Like, I don't know. Strength bully just did not work for 23. I don't know what it is, but I'm hoping that they got it right with 24 and that strength is really going to matter, because it's definitely, from what they've been telling us, it sounds like it's definitely going to be important on the defensive end to try to get those body up animations and everything else. So we'll see.
And getting worm animations, even in 23, strength mattered in the paint in terms of big men battles. But in terms of ball handlers, it never mattered. Okay, like, okay.
And for 23, I had strength on a 6'9" build, so you know it wasn't wasn't really technically a big man. Like, I made that build to be a small forward, but hopefully they got it together in 24.
Okay, bully was a fun idea, but it did not work out. But the main reason being is because animations like this, which still are in 24, to activate bully, you essentially had to go up with a layup, a contested layup, and hope for the animation to happen. Like, those are still in the game like this, right? Like, LeBron puts his shoulder into the dude, goes up, gets a layup, and I green it. But here's where the strength argument for 24 comes into play. And I'll just lay it out right now. I'm not on either side. I don't know yet. I don't know if I want to go with strength of my ball handler or not. But I will lay out the argument for both sides, and I'll show clips to back it up. So for anyone interested, this might be a little bit of a long discussion, but there's a lot of details to analyze. Okay, so all the people saying strength has never mattered, I ain't falling for it again. I 100% understand that, and I might even go that route to start. I'm not sure. But the thing I will say that they have changed is the fact that, see, Bulldozer pops up right here for Kobe Silver.
And before he gets into his explanation of, you know, strength and the Bulldozer badge and all the other strength badges, I encourage y'all to make a build that has strength. Like, I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't risk making a build without strength, because what they're talking about with the new mechanics on defense and everything, it sounds like strength is definitely going to matter this year. So, you know, I'm going to trust my gut. I think it's going to matter. They got the new Bulldozer badge. They got other new badges on for defense that they all sound dope. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to make a build with strength, and let's just hope and pray that it actually works so I can, you know, be out there pushing people out the way, because it still might be a large amount of people that it's not going to think strength is going to matter, and that's what they're going to sacrifice on their build. And then if it matters, then they're going to be shit out of luck.
I do not take a shot. I do not take a shot. I do not take a dunk. I do not take a layup. So in order for this badge to fire, to activate, I'm saying, all I have to do is just drive. Like, it's not like bully where you have to take a bad layup and hope you get the animation. Bulldozer pop. Now, I didn't keep running towards the basket. Obviously, I stop and like walk back right here because I'm just testing out, trying to fire this badge. And I talked to Wolf. Wolf is a former 2K League player who was very involved in the builder and badges and
Yeah, and if y'all don't know who Wolf is and y'all not following on Twitter, like Joe knows said, he's a former 2K League player, and he retired from that to go be a 2K dev and help them work on the game. So he's somebody who's on our side. So he's saying that strength is going to matter and defense is looking very good, and they're telling us about all the body ups you can, like, defense is going to be solid, bro. Like, he's somebody that's for the community, so he's definitely wouldn't lie to us about strength being important, because you know how competitive the 2K League is. So, you know, he went over to 2K to make sure they got right. So I feel like 24 is going to be very good in terms of strength, and defense is going to be a whole hell of a lot better, and I'm super excited, man.
And 2K24 as a whole. And I said, Wolf, if I'm going to invest strength into my ISO build, like my big ISO build, if I'm going to invest all these attributes into strength to unlock these badges, they better activate a lot, otherwise it's not worth it. And he said, oh, they activate. Like, they are going to fire just from you dribbling on the perimeter anytime there's contact. So that's something to think about. Also, something to think about is the fact that in 2K23, essentially to get blow by animations, obviously there's the badge blow by, but I'm talking about, you know, slide by and all these animations. For example, my point is, what I'm trying to get at is, if in 2K23, let's say Clamp Breaker required strength, a lot of people would have put strength on their build to get Clamp Breaker because it was one of the best badges in the game. But Clamp Breaker, whether you had 25 strength or 99 strength, you would get it at the same level in 2K23. Now you have Bulldozer and all the, you know, physical handles and all these other badges that you need a strength rating in order to unlock. And last year, the only strength rating badge in terms of finishing was Bully, and we already talked about the flaws with that. The fact that you had to take a contested layup to even have a chance of activating it. The fact that Bulldozer activates just from me essentially trying to drive past an opponent, it kind of makes me think well, again, it depends on how online gameplay actually ends up being, but I think their thought process is, okay, the smaller guards, they're going to rely on high badge levels of speed booster and blow by. The bigger builds, they can still get speed booster and blow by, but they won't get them on as high of levels as the smaller guards. So we need to give them an advantage, and their advantage is going to be able to get Bulldozer, physical handles on higher levels, and then the really tall players, there's a badge called Big Driver now. So I think that's their thought process. How it all plays out in terms of gameplay, we will not know until we get into the park, but I think that's their thought process, and that's what I would consider when you're in that whole strength versus speed.
And with the new, with a lot of the new badges this year, man, when you make your builds, try to think of like what your opponents might make. You know what I'm saying? Think of what badges that you need to get to counter whatever player you might be going up against in the park, because there's a lot of badges to choose from, and they've got all these new badges in here. Hopefully all of them work, you know, how they're intended to, but you'll definitely want to make your build have some good defense, man. Some solid defense, at least. Like, if anything, don't sacrifice defense. Like, don't just make you an all offensive build. I mean, it depends. Like, depends on your play style. If you got other team members, and it also depends on what you're playing. Like, if you're playing threes or something, and y'all got good rotations and all that, you may be able to slide without a little defense. But my build is gonna have defense. I'm trying to get them body up animations. I'm trying to be a dog on defense. So, you know, I'm definitely not sacrificing defense. But like I said, I'm looking to make probably a 3-and-D type of build, but that could change once I get my hands on the builder, but we'll see.
Debate, and if you really think you need strength. The one thing I will say is, let's say you make a bigger ball handler, right? And you don't get blow by and speed booster on high badge levels, right? So let's say you get into this situation here where a defender's bumping you and you go no strength. And my concern would be like, okay, since I didn't get like a clean run by him using my speed, now I'm in a physical battle. If I don't have those like big ball handler physicality badges, am I just gonna get stonewalled right here and just like boom and just get knocked back by the lock, and now I'm done. Like, I have to try to drive all over again. Or maybe if I have the physical badge advantage over him, am I going to be able to do what Giannis does right here and basically just use your forearm and just push him into the paint and then go up with a layup or a dunk? I honestly get knocked back by the lock, and now I'm done. Like, I have to try to drive all over again. Or maybe if I have the physical badge advantage over him, am I going to be able to do what Giannis does right here and basically just use your forearm and just push him into the paint and then go up with a layup or a dunk? I honestly don't know the answer, and none of you know the answer. It's all just opinion based. If I'm going off of past 2Ks, strength never mattered on a ball handler. But also, they never had all these badges that help you get to the basket based on your strength rating. The only one they even tried, I feel like, in the past was Bully. And we talked about the problems with Bully. The fact that if Bully activated when you just drove and it gave you more blow-bys, people would have put strength and tried to and not tried. They would have used it along with clamp breaker to get to the basket, but it was just the fact you had to go up with a layup. So I see a valid argument for both points. We won't know the answer until we play the game online for at least a few weeks. People do badge testing, people do rating, animation testing. We'll see. But anyways, in terms of big driver badges, they added in, well, this isn't even a big driver badge, but it is a finishing badge. It is a driving badge. This two-step badge that helps with Euro steps, like that's a clean animation. I really like how that Euro looks. It's like a contact Euro, yeah, and then I mistimed the dunk. But the animation looked really clean. There's also like that spin badge that helps with Euro steps, like that's a clean animation testing. We'll see. But anyways, in terms of big driver badges, they added in, well, this isn't even a big driver badge, but it is a finishing badge. It is a driving badge. This two-step badge that helps with Euro steps, like that's a clean animation. I really like how that Euro looks. It's like a contact Euro, yeah, and then I mistimed the dunk. But the animation looked really clean. There's also like that spin badge, and there's other badges to help too. This is the badge I'm talking about right here. This two-step badge improves a player's ability to make Euro step and cradle layups or dunks. There's a bunch of new finishing badges. I'm really excited to test them all out and like see, you know, what's good, what's not good. Strength, speed, how that debate all figures itself out. Strength matters in the paint. I can 100% confirm for big men in terms of battling in the post, battling for rebounds. That mattered in 23 though. That's not big news. Does strength matter on perimeter players in terms of defending and handling the ball? I can give more information and more opinion once I'm allowed to talk about the builder and actual badge thresholds in terms of like attributes and all that. I can't talk about that. Embargo has not lifted on builder information. So I can't really answer the whole strength versus speed and does strength matter and all that in terms of guard builds, because I need to be able to talk about ratings and badge unlock levels and all that stuff. Okay, so hold off on that. I will have more information in a couple days once the embargo lifts. I'll talk about it in the My Player Builder breakdown, but I'll also talk about it when I talk about big ISO builds and I drop the LeBron build and all that type of stuff. All right, but let's move on to the next. All right, let's talk about the 2K24 dunk meter. First things first, you can still get contact dunks.
Dunk meter, y'all. If y'all didn't know, green or miss. Not for like regular my career and stuff, but for comp, like just in the city, at the parks, green or miss.
Without using the dunk meter, I mean, as you can see, definitely get some crazy animations even without the dunk meter. But there's been big improvements to the dunk meter, I will say. All right, so check it out. First things first, as you guys have probably heard, it is green or miss on the dunk meter, but it's not as crazy as it was in 23 in terms of the green window size. Now on some contact dunks like this, yes, it's very precise. You're going to need to be skilled and get used to timing it very precisely. As you can see, like I'm missing dunks because I'm just slightly off. But when you go up for an open dunk, as you can see right here, it's not even fully open. The defender's like, you know, in the vicinity, but he's not.
The more open you are, the wider the green window.
In a good position, like that's a pretty big green window, and you're gonna see on other ones like it's even easier to time than that when you're wide open. So that's a big improvement, because last year, you know, a lot of people wouldn't even try to meter dunk because they're like, man, even if I'm open, it's still like kind of precise. Now obviously last year it wasn't green or miss, but this is nice that, you know, depending on the quote-unquote difficulty of the dunk and probably depending on your badges and ratings as opposed to the defender's badges and ratings, the green window size will actually change on the meter itself. So that is a really nice change, and visually, obviously, it's obvious. You can see the difference. Like, you know, relatively open, you know, defender out of position dunk, bigger green window. Obviously, defender between me and the hoop, much smaller green window. And you have to green it to be able to make the dunk, and that's going to be the same on the layup meter that we're going to talk about next. But in terms of even some contact dunks, like I said, you know, Giannis doing the little crown stuff, it matters your ratings, your badges versus defenders' ratings and badges. And like obviously Giannis is an absolute freak of nature. Even going over, who is this here? I don't know. He's relatively
Oh, that's Clint Capella, ain't it? I'm pretty sure.
big though. Pause. And you can see Giannis's green window is still like damn near the size of like Kobe's was when he was going up with a pretty much open dunk, and this is a contact dunk. So as you can see, it varies and it depends on the situation, which is obviously, in my opinion, a W. Like that's how it should be. That's how it should have been in 23, and they're just making that improvement now on 24. Giannis has gold posterizer, as you can see in the top right corner, but there's also other finishing badges like that one right there, as we were talking about it. He's got precision dunker on silver. Right, so there's other finishing badges this year, not just contact finisher, that are going to help you in terms of increasing that green window size and making it easier for you to make those dunk meter dunks. So,
And real quick, just a small thing that I noticed, like y'all see the little score overlay down at the bottom. Like I can't really see behind Joe Nose because he's kind of blocking it a little bit, but I don't see like no type of branding down there, bro. Like I don't think we got another 2K with like no collab with like ESPN or anything like that. I thought that would have been tough. Like if they went back to that, like NBA Live did it. Like I just like seeing the EA Sports and having the halftime be TNT or whatever they doing. Like, bro, imagine it would have been tough if they put like First Take or something on here. Like that would have been tough. Or just TNT with Shaq and all them, Ernie, Kenny, all that. That would have been tough. But I don't see no branding down here, so they probably still doing this 2K Sports thing. Like it would be dope if they could to reintegrate that back into the game.
overall, definitely W's in that department. Now, you might also notice that even like this is a contact dunk, right? It's like that running contact dunk with the dude on your back, but you still see the green window size. Like even though it's a contact dunk, he's in a bad position, so the green window size for Kobe is still like what I would consider really like big, you know? So it's not just open dunks. Obviously, it depends on, like we've talked about already, attributes,
positioning, and everything. All that stuff that matters for the dunk meter.
Open dunk for LeBron on the break. It's pretty much a huge green window. Open dunk, LeBron on an open drive. Dunk meter, green window's really big. Defender on your hip, and it's a guard. You could just bully him. And it's we got a lob here too for y'all. It's very similar, but yeah, like I'm saying, depending on the situation, open dunk, even a contact dunk, doesn't matter. It all depends on the ratings, the attributes, badges, and it all varies in the green window size. So overall, just I think really big improvements, and then alley-oops are pretty much the same in terms of how they work, just timing it in terms of that meter, just like 23. So overall, big improvements to the dunk meter. I think, in my opinion, again, take it with a grain of salt. I was just playing against the AI, but someone who's really skilled with the dunk meter in this game can definitely utilize it. You'll definitely utilize it. And what I think will differentiate people in the dunk meter even more in terms of like a skill gap. I know Harris comes with there's no skill in dunking. Here we go with the whole conversation. I'm not trying to get into the debate. I'm just saying. There's the skill gap. Like before, people could make early dunks and late dunks and all that. Not anymore. You gotta green it. So whether that's a really tiny sliver of a green window or a much bigger green one, you have to green it. So,
and I'm sure they'll probably end up adjusting that throughout the year at some point. Like if they think it is too easy dunking, or if people is greening their dunk meters too easily, then they'll probably shrink the window just a little bit. But that's all subject to change depending upon what the community is saying and who's complaining about it. We'll have to see for that. But we 33 minutes into Joe No's video. I know he got some more information to cover. I'm going to be rewatching all of these videos so I can compile my notes together and get my video out and tell y'all what we seen from all this information today while watching this gameplay. But I'm going to switch to somebody else's because, they all talk about different things. They got different perspectives and stuff. And his video is 52 minutes. We already been here for 30-something minutes. So I'm going to switch to somebody else's. Now, I'm going to probably go to... Did Cole drop his video already? Let me see. I think I'm going to go to Cole's if he dropped his video. Okay, so he did drop his video. I'm going to go to his because I seen a picture on... Not a picture, a video on Twitter. This right here, this clip. He's spamming that new push-out dribble move. So, I think that's something that they're going to patch in 2K because it's like a new, adrenaline-type dribble move where you can, throw the ball out in front of you to try to gain momentum and speed to, get down the court faster, and you can see he just spammed it and got down the court super fast with Giannis. So we're gonna watch his and see what he's saying about his gameplay that he got.
Can I borrow this? You look so good. Thank you, bestie.
Switch to Chrome to protect yourself from malware, so you can surf without getting phished.
Yo, this speed boost is crazy. What the? Today, I'm going to be showing you guys some early gameplay of NBA 2K24. So do me a big favor right now. Drop a like on this video if you're ready for NBA 2K24. And let me know down below in the comment section if you guys have any questions about the gameplay. And I should be able to answer a majority of them because I literally sat at my monitor at Community Day for 9 straight hours, okay? You know, I was able to sit there and play a lot of Play Now, Mamba Moments, and also get into the My Player Builder, okay? I'm gonna be dropping my build on September 1st at 11 a.m. It's a really well-rounded build, so make sure you guys turn on noties, subscribe, all that good stuff. You don't wanna miss out.
And he's got a nice, well-rounded build is what he said. So my advice to y'all, like I said, if y'all didn't catch my video of explaining the builder, go check that out because I really went in depth. But I think role players are gonna really succeed this year. So figure out whatever y'all strengths are on the game and make your build to cater to that. Don't just try to copy somebody's build and it doesn't even fit your play style, or it's going to be harder to try to make a well-rounded build because if y'all didn't know, we can lose badge levels in 2K24. So if you make a build and you got some Hall of Fame badges, some gold badges, like all of those badges can lose levels. So you better make a build that you know that you're going to utilize all the important badges that you need, because if you're not using them, it goes based off of usage. So if those badges are not being activated, they will drop in levels. So I think you're better off trying to make a role player that, you know, does a few different things well that you know you're going to capitalize off of because it fits your play style, versus trying to make a well-rounded build and you got to worry about keeping all of these badges at they max levels that they could be at. Now, we do have something called floor setters, which prevents a badge from dropping below a certain level. So you got gold or silver floor setters. So you can use that on the badge and it won't go below gold, or you could use it for the silver one and it won't go below silver. But you get 18 slots. So, you know, we'll see how that works once the game comes out. If see if they gave us too many slots, we'll have to see. But yeah, so I think role players will definitely be good this year. I think that's people's best. If you're not like that in the game, if you're not good in pretty much every aspect of the game, I say you're better off making a role player so you can go crazy in whatever area of the game that you're good in.
On my build. But today we're strictly going to be talking about gameplay, how the game feels. We're going to be going over the jump shots, spin jump shots, fades, all the dribble moves, all that good stuff. Now, like I said, man, I was at the monitor for about 9 hours straight. I was in the builder for a little bit, but I was mainly in Mamba Moments and I was in Play Now using Trae Young, Giannis. You guys are going to see the rest of the video. But let's talk about dribbling. Okay, I'm mainly an ISO player. I like to dribble a lot, and that's why I'm using Kobe in this gameplay. But listen, man, my first impression of NBA 2K24, when I first got on the game, I was like, yo, this gameplay feels super, super slow, okay? All right, now I don't mean that to worry you guys, but when you first get on, you're gonna be a bot, okay? I was really a bot. I was like, you know, I couldn't even dribble. I couldn't even speed boost. But listen, they changed up a lot of stuff when it comes to speed boosting. Okay, when I first got on, I literally couldn't speed boost. Like I was saying, this gameplay right here was about, I don't know, maybe about 2.5, 3 hours, you know, into my session of playing NBA 2K24, and I finally got the hang of it. Now, the first time you get on 2K24, you're gonna look like a bot unless you really listen up to this video. Okay, speed boosting has a little bit more of a skill gap this year. You know, previously, you know, in 2K23, you could just flick the right stick, then hold R2, and you could speed boost basically out of anything. But in this game, I'm telling you right now, I'm like 99% sure because I used a lot of different players. But before you want to make your move, you have to hold R2 before that initial move with your right stick or any crossover, okay? But overall, the gameplay feels super smooth, okay? You guys are going to see like a lot of the hezzies, a lot of the escapes make a lot more sense because of like the new pro play technology in the game. Like all the hezzies, the escapes, they make more sense. You guys remember LeBron's size up escape last year didn't make any sense because LeBron, you know, He does not move like that at all, bro. Like a hop back doesn't make any sense. You guys can see this clip right here is perfect. You know, I'm moving with Kobe and the speed boosting is still you know, you see me speed boosting, pulling up for a midi, bang, getting the shot to go. You guys already know what I do, okay? I'm out here dribbling, man. Look at breaking it down again. Look at me pulling up. That speed boost was super quick. I see people like on Twitter saying, oh my God, the gameplay looks so slow. It's gonna be slow for the people that don't know what they're doing, if that makes sense, okay? So you see me out here with the blowout dribble. That move is very like effective. I'm not gonna lie. Like you guys are gonna see later on me going crazy with Giannis with that move. It's OP as hell. But overall, like I was saying, man, this gameplay, it's smooth, okay? It's smooth. I can't really give my full judgment on this really until, you know, Park comes out, okay? Because I'm not able to use any SIGs. I'm not able to use the jump shot that I want, the spin jumpers. But, you know, this gameplay, in my opinion, feels like a more improved 2K23. It almost feels like what 2K23 should have been. But like I said, if you guys have any questions about the gameplay, whether that's jump shots, you know, speed boosting, dribbling, fades, anything, you guys can ask me down below in the comment section, okay? I'm going to answer most of them. And for all the dribblers out there, okay, any point guards, you could use screens, no screens, it don't matter. All I know is I'm telling you, day one, either put on Trae Young SIGs or put on Kobe SIGs, because I was moving with Kobe, okay? I was moving with him. His behind the back is nice. His fades are nice. His spin jump shots are actually good. And you guys see me spamming the blowout dribble move. All you guys got to do is tap R2 going up the court, and it gives you that quick speed boost. It's pretty nice, man. And I noticed whenever 2K introduced the new Pro Play technology, everyone thought that, you know, the gameplay was going to be realistic. But at the end of the day, listen, man, at the end of the day, you know, the gameplay, it's based off animations. It will always be animation based. You know, I think what Pro Play is, you know, after experiencing 2K24 for like 9 hours, it's basically just more like authentic and more like realistic movement. But I don't know, it doesn't affect the gameplay in my opinion. I feel like it's just more smooth gameplay, okay? I mean, I think the jab steps are nice. It just looks a lot more authentic. As you guys can see, you know, bump steals are still in the game. I just got that with Kobe. I'm coming up the court with the new blowout feature, and you guys see me speed boosting, okay? I don't necessarily think the gameplay is slow. I think it's just going to be, you know, create a bigger skill gap for people this year. And look at the fades, super quick, super nice. And overall, they're just pretty effective. Like if you go in 2K23 and do a fade with Kobe or Michael Jordan, they get contested every time. You know, those fades aren't effective. They don't create space. They're not quick. So, you know, this year, it looks like the Pro Play technology definitely improved. You know, Kobe's moves, everyone's moves in general. Moving on, let's talk about adrenaline bars. A lot of people were asking me about how they work. And, you know, on Twitter, Mike Wang explained it pretty well like a couple weeks ago. But basically, it's the same way he explained it on Twitter. You know, you can dribble further distances this year and not lose an adrenaline bar. Obviously, if you run from like the right wing to the left wing, you're going to lose an adrenaline bar. And if you haven't already, you're going to see in this gameplay with Kobe, or especially the one with Trae Young, if I get bumped by the AI, like if they're on defense and they bump me, I lose an adrenaline bar. And honestly, I think that's good, okay? I think this is going to really show who the best defenders are this year as well. Now, a lot of people are also asking me about defense. Now, listen, okay, I can't really talk about defense too much.
Do you want to play the latest PC games, but your computer looks like this? So you're stuck
Because it's kind of hard to judge defense when you have literal AI defenders, okay? You don't have a real person guarding you. You don't have an actual user guarding you. I guess the only thing I could really say about defense is it's definitely a little bit less slidey, more responsive. But, you know, until, you know, you play online, that's really until you can judge it. That's overall this whole gameplay. A lot of people judge play now gameplay every single year. You know, it's a cycle, man. It's a cycle every single year. Gameplay naturally on play now is going to be, you know, slower. You know, you don't have as much stamina, so you're not going to be able to do as much. So I think we should all, you know, calm down. Let's not judge the gameplay based on this, okay? You know, once we get the correct SIGs, you know, once we get the right jump shot we want on, once we get Gatorade Boost, Gym Rat, all that good stuff, you know, actual SIGs we use and whatnot, I think that's when we can judge the gameplay. But y'all can really see, man, I'm out here speed boosting, I'm dribbling, you know, nice little hezzies with Kobe. Obviously, you know, that was a bad shot, but overall, like I think I got a good feel for 2K24 like on the day one, you know, when it releases in the park. I'm gonna be doing my thing out there, man. And let me know down below in the comment section, what are some things you're seeing in this gameplay that you're super excited about? Me personally, I have two things. Number one is the triple threat. I'm not gonna lie, like I was moving with Kobe out of this, and I do believe there's like a new badge for it as well. And then right here, as you guys can see, watch the speed boost up the court. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. You guys just saw that. That is called the new blowout feature. Okay. So when you're running up the court, it's going to be mainly useful on like 5s and 3s. But Mike Wang already said it. When you're running up the court and you tap R2, your player is going to get it like an initial speed boost where he throws the ball out in front of him. And, you know, I was doing this with Kobe the entire time. And y'all see how I'm moving with Kobe, man. Listen, make sure you guys subscribe because day one of NBA 2K24, I'm going to show you guys the best SIGs you can put on your player. Listen, man, I'm dropping dribble tutorials, all that good stuff, showing you guys the best SIGs. So make sure you guys subscribe, like this video up right now. And for anyone who cares, I'm putting all the dribbling controls up on the screen because a lot of people may not know. Listen, man, when I first got on 2K24 at Community Day, like I said, man, I was dribbling like a bot. I had no clue how to dribble. I had no clue how to speed boost. But right here, they actually show like all, you know, how to do everything. So if you guys want to pause the video, a screenshot, you guys can. So you're ready when 2K24 comes out. But they have this new move right here called the crossover combo chain. And then as you guys can see, the breakdown dribble, regular and aggressive. And if you guys don't know what those are basically like the NBA 2K19 rhythm dribbles, except there's two new ones. You can do it with R2 and you can do it without. I'm telling y'all, there are a lot of new moves in 2K24 that you guys need to know about. Like this blowout dribble, I'm telling you, this is my favorite feature in 2K24. It's and to be honest, I'm going to say this, I think it's more OP even with taller players. Okay, it's insane. I'm going to show you guys some clips of me doing this with Giannis. As you guys can see right here, I got some gameplay with the Mavs versus the Bucks, and you guys are going to see what I'm doing with Giannis, and this gameplay is actually ridiculous. And I just want to show you guys like all the new camera options. I don't know if there's any new ones, but you know, I was just testing it out and seeing it was looking like. And here goes Giannis with the blowout dribble move. I'm telling y'all, man, he just threw the ball so far out in front of him and speed boosted. Look at me dribbling, momentum crossover, taking it to the rim, nice and easy to go. I think the difficulty on Play Now, it was an all-star, maybe? I can't remember. I think it was all-star. But I'm not gonna lie, I mean, as you guys can see, you know, with Giannis dribbling, it's pretty easy to get around AIs in Play Now, and I'm assuming it's gonna be the same way in my career as well. So we're gonna see what the badge grinding is like. It's looking like it's gonna be pretty easy for finishing badges. But I mean, you guys are seeing the way Giannis is moving. Obviously, he's not moving as fast, you know, as I was with Kobe and whatnot. But I mean, to be this tall and for him to be dribbling like this is actually insane. So as you guys can see, I'm on defense with Giannis, waiting for the guy to shoot, go up with it. Now, watch the blowout move. I do it right here, boom, then I lose it, okay? So that's one thing. I think the blowout is overpowered, but it's also balanced because, you know, if you want to do that move, you might have a chance of losing it, okay? Like you might throw the ball out while you're speed boosting, and if a defender comes near the ball, or, you know, anybody comes near the ball, it might get plucked loose. I'm not gonna lie, it might get plucked, you know. You got to pick your poison with it. It's super fast, it's super effective, but you know, you also have, you know, a big chance of losing the ball at the same time. And you guys are going to see in this next clip, watch, this guy shoots in the corner, Giannis gets the rebound, runs up the court, going to do the blowout feature. Here we go, there we go. Look how fast it is. Like, I mean, for Giannis to be this big, bro, I'm still moving. Now, what you guys see in this next clip is actually game breaking. Watch this. Giannis gets the rebound, right? 2 moves up the court, watch. Boom! Watch. Boom! Up the court, easy dunk. I'm telling you guys right now, no one talked about this at Community Day. I'm telling you, it's actually insane. And then we got Bulldozer right there going in. Obviously, Giannis has Bulldozer. I'm pretty sure he has it on Hall of Fame, but I mean, bro, look at this move. The blowout dribble move is insane. I talked to people at Community Day. No one really talked about this. No one even knew it was in the game. But as soon as I saw Mike Wang tweet about it, you know, a couple weeks ago, I was like, yo, I've got to try this at Community Day. And I mean, you guys saw from those first couple clips, Giannis doesn't have a crazy high ball handle, and you don't lose adrenaline when you do this. This could be game breaking. I'm not going to lie. Let's see if we can do it again. I run up the court. Boom, do it again. Obviously, it wasn't as overpowered right there, but I don't even have to say anything. You guys can just see. I mean, I'm going up with that nice and easy Bulldozer badge on Hall of Fame with Giannis going nuts out here. I also did try the blowout dribble move left to right. I might have some clips coming up with Trae Young, but I tried going left, right, blowout dribble move, and it's really not, you know, as effective as it is going vertically, like up and down the court. So that's why I think the blowout dribble move is going to be super good on the 3s and the 5s. Like any full court mode in 2K24, you know, this blowout feature is going to be good. On the 2s, I mean, it could be. But for the most part, like I said, I think 3s and 5s are going to be the best. And a lot of people think this new bulldozer badge is basically just, you know, bully over and over again, but it's not. It's bully and Clint Breaker combined. Look, Giannis has way more strength than Kyrie, gets right past him, easy layup, okay? That's bulldozer right there, ladies and gentlemen. And upcoming, we got some gameplay. I'm going to show you guys where I was using Trae Young. Now, this was within like the first hour of me using Trae Young. I didn't quite know how to speed boost, so don't judge me too much. I was still getting a feel for the game, and you guys are going to see right here the combos, like the combos with Trae Young, even though I'm not speed boosting quite yet because I didn't know how.
So what y'all think of the gameplay so far, man? What are y'all most excited about? I'm most excited about the defense. I'm ready to check out these new body up animations, see how those act. Definitely excited to test out the new bulldozer badge and just all of the new defensive badges that they've added. But, you know, I'm really excited to see how defense feels and what the paint defense is talking about, because, boy, we know how the paint defense was in 23. And hopefully they don't end up nerfing steals like crazy. You know, if you make that 95 steal, 99 steal build, hopefully they don't nerf it like crazy, but we'll definitely see. But what are y'all most excited for in 23 so far, based off of everything you know and what you see in the gameplay so far?
But look at this behind the back. You know, it looks all right, but the combos are similar to 23, but it's different. You can't speed boost out of every single one of them. Like I said beforehand, I think out of every single move, you have to be holding R2 to speed boost beforehand, okay? You can't, like back in 2K23, you could just flick the right stick a certain way and then hold R2 to speed boost. But this year, you have to hold R2 before you make that move, okay? I know a lot of people already do that, so it may be good for y'all. But, I mean, as you guys can see right there, I just tried to go with a contested layup. I'm telling y'all, man, you got to pick your poison this year. I can't say too much about the My Player Builder, but, you know, I mean, obviously just, you know, from playing Play Now with Giannis, you know, Kobe and Trae, you know, all 3 different types of players, you really just got to pick your poison. Like I said, man, September 1st, 11 a.m., bro, East Coast time. I'm going to show you guys the best build, okay? So subscribe, turn noties on, and all that good stuff. But overall, I know there's going to be a lot of people in the comment section asking me about the gameplay and about the dribbling and whatnot. Basically, the best way to put it is you are going to dribble slow until you find out how to dribble fast. That's the best way to put it, okay? I think this new pro play technology is basically it basically just cleaned up animations. That's what it did. It makes animations look more realistic, but the gameplay itself, I don't think is going to be realistic. I think 2K, at the end of the day, it's all animation based, so it'll continue to be cheesy, bro. But as you guys can see right there, man, I'm going up with Giannis. I switched sides. And right here, this is when I found out actually about, you know, the bulldozer badge. Look at me. Look at that. Look how overpowered that is. I'm telling y'all, this badge is OP. I can't tell y'all why. I can't tell y'all how when it comes to the My Player Builder. Yet, this is when I found out actually about, you know, the bulldozer badge. Look at me. Look at that. Look how overpowered that is. I'm telling y'all. This badge is OP. I can't tell y'all why. I can't tell y'all how when it comes to the My Player Builder. Yet, okay, just be ready. September 1st, I'm going to show you guys how a lot of things like tie in and whatnot for that badge. But it's overall, it's gonna be really fun, man. I mean, look at the defensive animations too, okay? I think after playing, you know, a little bit of defense on this game, I definitely saw a lot more block animations. And obviously, you know, I got a contact dunk right there with Giannis. Look at me going up. Hey, but overall, when it comes to defense, I can't really judge it too much. I did see a lot more defensive animations in the paint. Look at me going up with Giannis. Hey, over Trae. Telling y'all, that bulldozer badge, I know I sound like just I'm just repeating myself a lot, but the bulldozer badge has me excited. I think it looks pretty cheesy. But like I was saying on defense, man, we really can't judge it until we get into the park. There's latency and whatnot. But overall, from just moving around, I think it is a little bit more responsive and less slidey. But I'm really excited to see, you know, what it's going to look like on day one of 2K24. Look at Giannis out here moving. Hey! But overall, I think this gameplay is pretty fun. I can't give it, you know, a full judgment until I do play Park Online, because obviously that's a whole different world and whatnot. But at the end of the day, man, no 2K is going to be perfect. It's just making the best out of it. And I mean, look at me. I mean, I'm moving, bro. For all the dribblers out there, don't worry, bro. You're still gonna be able to move, man. Okay. If you guys are seeing any, you know, leaks on Twitter and whatnot, you know, those are people playing the game right away, like first time playing the game. So don't stress it. You know, we always find out how to dribble. We always find out how to move fast on the game. That's every 2K. So don't be too worried about it. But look at me with Trey. You know, going up the court. I will say this, his behind the back is dog water. It doesn't create any separation. So for all the small guards, don't put on his behind the back. Okay, just a fair little warning. It looks like it's gonna get the ball stolen a lot. But you can see Eric Bledsoe bodying me up. Look at him bodying me up, and I lose all my adrenaline because the defender is
Great
there. I think
defense
that's
right
one of
there.
the best improvements they've made so far in 2K24. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions down below based off this gameplay and other people's gameplay, you know, around the community. What do you guys think about 2K24 so far? I know it's kind of hard to judge, you know, simply because you know, we're not online yet. You know, this is strictly play now. But overall, my opinion, I think it's I think it has a lot of potential. Okay, I think it's, you know, so far it's better than 23 based off what I see. The new pro play technology, the moves feel more authentic, and just kind of more realistic. But you can still speed boost and cheese. Overall, I kind of like this game, man. Make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe. We got the build.
All right, man, let's look for another one. Let's watch Uncle Demi's video on the bulldozer badge, because I called it. I said strength was going to be
Switch to Chrome
important
to
for
securely store your passwords.
24, and
So you
that they
can
was
sign
going to
in
remake
with
the
just a
bully
click.
badge, because it was a new badge that they was integrating and it didn't work out. So I said either they're going to bring it back or they're going to revamp the badge, which they did in the new bulldozer badge. So that's basically bully 2.0. So let's see what Uncle Demi got to say about the bulldozer badge and strength and all of that together.
What's good, my nephews and nieces? This is your favorite uncle, Uncle Demi, and today I have another special banger for you, all right? Today we got official game play, and I'm going to go over bulldozer and all these OP finishing badges. But before we get into the video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. It's liking up the video, push the video to the recommended, and of course subscribe and put your know the game for my daily uploads. Without further ado, let's hop straight into the video. Okay, so this is official 2K24 gameplay. Now we're only able to do play now, but you already know I'm going to take advantage of whatever I can when it comes to the badges. So that's what I'm going to do. And we're going to talk about with Giannis. Everybody knows about the bulldozer badge, precision handles, you name when it comes to the slashing, it's just OP. And as you're going to see the first animation here, I go up. Again, like I said, use the layup meter. You see bulldozer pops up. It's not really an OP animation, this one, but you're going to see it. I always recommend using the layup meter, all right, with layup timing on initially starting, and then put layup timing on with layup meter off. So I've been practicing the whole time with layup meter on with the timing on, so when the game comes out, I can take the meter off and still have layup timing, because it's going to be extremely OP to use that animation. And there you have it right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is the bulldozer animation.
Look at it, push my way.
To
little boy.
Just doing a layup. It is also clamp breaker and bully put together, and it's extremely OP. And what you're going to see from this animation is what that can do with the layup meter timing on with Fearless Finisher. You did see the elbow push right there with the combination of blow by, and people been saying all along, man, they were trolling, laughing, joking when I kept telling. I was like, listen, slashers are going to be really good. And then all people was like, yo, like, you have no shooting on your build. Listen, slashers are going to be really good. You don't even have to shoot. A lot of people are using that 23 mindset, really 20, 21, 22, and 23 mindset, because for a long time, you know, if you didn't have everybody on the team needed to shoot, that type of deal. But now what you could do is, and what I'm going to do is, I'm going to play just like the Bucks play. I'm going to have nothing but shooters surrounding me, and I'm going to be I'm going to be a straight up pure slasher, bringing the ball up the court, just bullying whoever's guarding me, and then having a big glass cleaner lock, whatever you want to call it, and then I'm gonna have a sharpshooter dexing off the off ball. So I'm gonna have a shooter doing off balls, and I'm going down the court trying to go crazy. And of course, I will have my center cutting to the basket for lobs. That is gonna be, to me, a new wave that a lot of people are gonna utilize. You are now, don't have to be ISO'd all the time. You don't have to do pick and roll. You can do off-ball screens with a pure big slasher and just be absolutely unstoppable. You can't have two, unless you have two pure lockdowns on the court, one lockdown stopping the off balls and another lockdown guarding me, it's gonna be hard to defend. So again, that's kind of how I'm looking at it. But hey, it's whatever style that, you know, y'all want. But now you're gonna start seeing, because I'm also gonna show you the small guards too. But I just want you to see exactly how this lineup, or let me phrase that, these badges can be very OP. And what you're seeing right here is what can really happen when you are working in the post. So remember when I said post scores are gonna be really good, all right? That's what you're gonna see. Pure inside that can dribble, and then when you get, they say for instance, the guy that's guarding you wants to play off, all you gotta do is just hold L1 or L2, back him all the way down, drop step, get the dunk. Now, of course, I'm not trying to make it seem like it's gonna be that simple, but there's a skill gonna be involved into it. But those are the type of badges that I'm gonna match up. Beforehand, a build like this was just gonna be such a liability, but now it's not the case. And as you see right there, I'm still using dunk meter there. And now I know earlier when I was talking, you know, you saw that I missed the dunk.
No, yeah. I'm a happy for that, but I seen some of these documentaries. I ain't believe none of that. Hey, the game government ain't no getting no one in the mass sample, no getting my 3D.
Because it is green or miss now. So it is green or miss. If you do not green your dunk meter, you will miss it. This is on Hall of Fame. Okay, so I'm playing this on Hall of Fame because that's what the park's going to be at, and I wanted to know like what it would be like to be on Hall of Fame. As you can see right there, that's this dude's doing a fade from 18 feet and it goes in. That kind of lets you know it's on Hall of Fame. Like, you know, Bam Adebayo is doing an 18-foot fade, it goes in. But you can also see how easy I get by. First of all, you know what I mean? This right here is gonna match up with Kevin Love, but we're just gonna go ahead and just get past this part because there's absolutely no way we're gonna sit here and just watch this timeout. And with the power of editing, we are now with the ball in our hands. And again, they got a mismatch here, and this is what's gonna happen. Boom, look at that. Once again, you get the blow by animation, which helps you get the blow by, but that actual elbow and push that you get, that is bulldozer. And of course, it's an easy bucket. If you don't have good perimeter defense, if you don't have the right badges, you're going to get absolutely abused at the top. So again, like I've been telling everybody all the time, oh, strength don't matter, strength don't matter. Like, you know, some of these creators sit on there, think they know what they talking about. The fact is that, and they will, strength does matter, okay? But I want to play this back real quick. As you can see, this is what fast feet's gonna look like. You see I got ankle braces on, you see how fast feet pops up in the right. It is going to be a really, really good badge. And of course, you see clamps come up. Jrue Holiday is a really good defender, and that is what a lot of lockdowns are going to be utilizing. They're going to be utilizing that. And as you see right here, this is a matchup with Jimmy Butler. And as you see the bulldozer pops up, Jimmy Butler has gold clamps. And just like that, I get right by him, right? And no, who is that? That wasn't Jimmy Butler. So maybe my bad. That wasn't Jimmy Butler. But regardless, I'm still getting right by him. But I do have some gameplay where I can show where I actually have going up against, I think maybe in this game I go up against Jimmy Butler. But regardless, the bulldozers of badge is going to be really, really good. With precision handles and blow-bys. Precision handles wasn't popping up quick enough because it's definitely popping up, right? If I'm on the perimeter and you're reaching at me, it's popping up. But what I've been doing the whole time is I just want to see how good bulldozer is. Look at the Euro step, and then I missed it. Right? So, again, like I said, it's green or miss. So it is going to be a skill set. You don't want to be sitting there missing a lot of them. Hopefully, again, he only has silver precision dunker. I would definitely have Hall of Fame precision dunker with my build. And I'll probably have less defense, to be honest with you, because I'll treat it more as a guard build, probably like a perimeter primate ball handler build, and it'll just be a tall build that just doesn't play defense. So I'm gonna focus more so on blue. Like if this was a pie chart, it'd be more so blue and yellow. But again, like I said, you gotta green your dunk meters. The Euro steps and all that type stuff is really hype. This again, I'm on a perimeter against Kevin Love, and again, this is a straight mismatch. And I'm a boom. Look at that, Jesus, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to told you. Like, I just love the animations. And you get, I can't tell you what the actual attributes are right now, unfortunately. But what you're going to see is that you're able to be tall, strong, and be able to get bulldozer with not a high ball handle. So I want to stress that again. You do not need a high ball handle to.
And y'all don't forget that with 24, they got the new player template. So when you go and create your build, if it's a player that you're trying to emulate or their play style or like, you know, their defense or whatever, you can use them as a template. Now, I don't know if it's limited to certain players or if they have like all, you know, big name players, but you can use NBA player templates. But the thing with that is the advantage is that you get access to all the SIGs off rip. You don't have to spend VC. You don't have to meet the requirements to get the SIGs. You can get them at a 60 overall out the gate without spending any VC.
Cook up. And right now I'm looking at the badges. You see Bulldozer, Hall of Fame, Fearless Finisher. Fearless Finisher is really, really good. You see, this first of all, this is Giannis, so he's absolutely OP. But what I was looking at was just trying to figure out what, you know, the badges and what pops up and that type of deal. But as you're gonna see, I'm going all the way down to the silver badges because I'm like, yo, like, where's the blow by? I'm like, okay, cool. So that's when I realized, I'm like, his blow by is only on silver. I was like, yo, and you see, it proves the player's ability to get past a defender with their first initial step, right? So he only has it on silver, and same thing for my build. I'm only gonna have it on silver because I think, shoot, I might go bronze because I realize I don't need it as high. But of course, I'll be able to get in more detail once I'm able to talk about the.
As a streamer, I don't know when these moments I want to capture will happen. I love being able to
builder in the builds, because once I'm able to do that, then you'll be able to see my philosophy on why I am going with the build that I'm going with. As you see right here, I'm not fast, right? I don't have like the quick first step. I don't have all that. I don't need it because see, that replaces all these new badges, replaces that ability, right? And again, I'm missing these free throws because I didn't know Giannis' shot was that slow, but don't judge me, man. I wasn't even focusing.
Yeah, Rio. You get the SIGs off rip as long as you don't change the template. If you leave it alone, then you get the SIGs off rip.
Either be a smaller guard that's quick and use those quick badges, or be a bigger guard and use the Bulldozer type badges. And what I'm gonna do real quick right now is I'm gonna go ahead and show you exactly what I mean, because I'm about to go over here and get Zion, but I don't want to show you the Zion stuff just yet. I'm gonna show you Ja Morant and how good his stuff is. All right, so now we're looking at Ja Morant. Now you can see he got handles for days on gold and all that type of deal, but as you see right there, he gets the blow by. His blow bys are on gold. I still have posterizer, but you're gonna see precision dunkers on Hall of Fame. Bigger green window, and of course, I am able to green way much more consistently with him. And the big thing here is that I'm gonna make a smaller, like, you know, slashing type guard also, because I feel like slashers all the way. I told you about the two-way slashing playmaker. That's gonna be one of the builds that I'm gonna be utilizing. But I'm also gonna make just a straight blue and yellow, like big, like the Giannis, but also blue yellow guard. Like, first of all, look at his SIGs, man. Like, his SIGs are just absolutely insane. But boom, look at that one. That's called Speed Booster, right? Blow by. And then there's another badge you're gonna see coming up, posterizer, and of course, you know, you're gonna get the precision dunker. But there's something else that's going to come up, which I think is Speed Booster. I guess it's Speed Booster, which is going to allow you to, when you're under the basket, jump quickly and get a dunk. All right, from that standpoint. So you're going to.
Hey, if you're a slasher, you're going to want to run all of them badges: Speed Booster, Blow By, and Precision Dunker on top of Posterizer. So take our time in the builder, man. See exactly what you want to run, figure your badges out, and make your build accordingly.
Get some really, really good slashing builds, but what I want y'all to get from this video is that don't think you got to make a play shot and be successful, because you don't. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if you had to tell me, Demi, which one's more exciting, going to the basket, getting contact dunks and slashing and that type of deal, or like doing, like, you know, shooting threes at the top of the key, I'm gonna be like, nah, I'd rather get the dunks. I'd rather have someone else on my team that's responsible for shooting threes. Let me be the one that's like, you know, just absolutely destroying. As you see right there, Speed Booster pops up. I actually tried to go ahead and do a contact dunk, and I missed that. But as you see, blow by just popped up there again. I'm tripping. Speed Booster is not the front of the basket. I don't know what that badge is right now. I can't think of it. I can't really speak on it unless it's there. But Speed Booster obviously is on the perimeter and dribbling, obviously, right? So I'm guessing once you get someone past the hip, you're able to do that. You see handles for days pops up right here, and then killer combos. As you see, Speed Booster. Okay, Speed Booster is obviously accelerator, but look at the SIGs. Look how I just combo him up, and then boom. Look how big the green window was. Like, what? Like, are you kidding me? No way you're gonna tell me that this is not really fun to play with, man. Like I'm telling you, man, Kobe Bryant builds coming really soon. LeBron James, like all these finishers, I'm gonna be just focusing on that. Everybody else that want to fade and shoot and all that type of stuff, go ahead and do that. But I'm telling you right now, slashing, playmaking, defense is gonna be really good. Shooting, like again, man, you don't need a high 3 ball for that. My build will not have anything higher than a 79 on shooting. Like this build right here, if I was making a John Morant build, it'd probably have like a 75, like my 2-way slash and play or whatever, something like that. But as you can see here, the SIGs are crazy, man. I mean, oh my goodness. Speed booster pops up, blow by pops up. Like, I mean, like, come on, like unpluckable. So the bulldozers part's not coming up here. But what I just wanted to show and let you see is precision dunker, right? Like, this is going to be fun. Like, this is going to be fun, guys. I'm telling you. And don't think that it's going to be, again, like OP, because a lot of people in the park, or play this, it will be if you go in the park, you don't have defense, right? Like, it is what it is. If you play with randoms, I definitely highly recommend make a pretty balanced build, because you're going to have to stop some stuff like this. Like, it's going to be easy work. Look, I just got, he stopped me, but I still was able to get right by him. Again, that's the blow-by animation. And again, I think, like I said, man, slashing going to be pretty crazy. It's going to be pretty crazy. So what do you think? Let me know in the comment section. What do you think about this? Oh my God, the Snatchbox insane. What do you think about Bulldozer? What do you think about Blow-Bys? Speed Booster? What do you think about these new badges that we have? I think right here I absolutely cooked this man up with the ISO, man. Boom, look at that. Right by him. Hello, bye-bye, and one, right? So again, man, I love it. I'm thoroughly enjoying what I'm seeing right now. What do you think? Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. And as usual, your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back.
All right, man. So we're going to end it off there on Uncle Demi's video. I got a ton of videos to watch. A bunch of creators drop videos today. So I got to go look at all of their videos and make mine and take notes and just dissect everything for y'all, man. So appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. If you're over on YouTube, be sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're new, if you're on Kick or Twitch, make sure you go over to my YouTube and hit that sub button, because we got a lot of great 2K24 content on the way, man. And also, if you missed it, I did a builder breakdown video. Is right here. Well, this is a thumbnail, but it's right here. Ultimate guide to the NBA 2K24 My Player Builder. So you won't want to miss that one, man. So make sure you head on over there and watch it. On Kick and Twitch, you can do ! YouTube, and it'll give you the link from our channel. Be sure to sub up. As always, man, be sure to stay safe out here. And I'll catch y'all on the next stream, man. Peace.